My question is to the Premier. Speaker, Ontario colleges and universities are bracing for the impact of a 50% reduction in international study permits at a time when the sector is already at a breaking point. This was detailed in the Blue Ribbon Panel report, which highlighted decades of chronic underfunding and years of declining provincial grants. Speaker, does this Premier understand how critical post-secondary institutions are to our province's well-being and prosperity, and will he commit to providing the urgent funding needed immediately to keep our colleges and universities afloat?
And to reply, the Minister of Colleges and Universities.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for that question. But quite frankly, we were very disappointed with the federal government, who did no consultations whatsoever with the provinces. And I ask you today, what have you done to stand up and advocate for more seats in this province? I've heard from members all across my side and from ministries the impact this is going to have on our economy. At Roma, I had an opportunity to meet with the tourism industry, who were saying they're going to be devastated without these students. It is going to be such an impact on the economy. That's why when we're working with the federal government on the allocations, we will be looking at the labour market needs across regions in Ontario as number one priority. Also ensuring that there is guaranteed housing for students, international students coming to our campus will be a priority, and ensuring that the economic needs of each region is a concern as well. But Mr. Speaker, this is going to be an impact across Ontario, and the federal government did absolutely no consultations with the provinces nor with the sector.
I'll remind the members to make their comments through the chair. The supplementary question, the member for London West.
Speaker, the federal announcement was last month. We've had years, we've had decades of chronic underfunding by this government and the Liberals before them, which has put our post-secondary institutions starved for resources, and now they are on the brink. Ontario has had the lowest per-student funding in Canada since they started keeping statistics, spending half or less of what other provinces do. We have at least 10 universities and now many colleges facing deficits, which is going to put the sector and our communities at risk. Students are already struggling with cuts to OSAP and cuts to student supports and services. They should not be expected to cover this government's failure to properly fund with tuition increases. Speaker, what exactly is this government's plan to keep Ontario's colleges and universities solvent and sustainable?
And to respond, the Minister of Colleges and Universities.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And what I want to say is what we are doing for students under the leadership of this Premier is keeping tuition affordable for students across the province. This is not a burden that's going to be on the backs of students. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Blue Ribbon Panel for their recommendations and for the hard work they've been doing. And as I have said, we'll be announcing our path forward shortly. But, Mr. Speaker, when we look at the impact that this is going to have from the federal government's decision, this Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade comes here every week with a new company wanting to come to Ontario. And why is that? Because of the skilled labour force that we have in this province. I've talked to our colleges and universities about the impact it's going to have. I was at Fanshawe College recently with the member from the area, and we heard directly from them. Volkswagen came here to the area because of the skilled labour market. Fanshawe is concerned about that. I've talked to Georgian College in my own neighbourhood, talking about the impact it's going to have on hospitality and tourism in our region. This is going to be a huge impact, and the fact that the federal government did this with absolutely zero consultation with the provinces and the post-secondary institutions.
Thank you.